How you doing, guys? Carlos 1991 back here again with another course review. Um, was going through some of the courses this morning that have been submitted to TGC2 for review, so I decided, seeing that this one was there and seeing it was by Artic Fury, I was like, right, well, let's just kill two birds at one stone. There's a perfect course for me to go out and do a review for you guys, and I get to review it for Artic as well, and I would expect based on previous courses he's done that this should be just as outstanding as the rest of them. And looking at that image there alone, I mean, okay, fair enough, we don't see much of a golf course, but it looks absolutely stunning. Um, so one thing he has done with this course as well is he's given us a bit of a backstory into the course itself. So the backstory goes, when I was younger, I couldn't afford to play golf on a real course very often. Eventually, I decided to build my own course. I took up landscape gardening, doing work for people around town, and was lucky to get my hands on some good lawn mowing equipment. There was also tons of open land to play golf on, and neighbours didn't mind the occasional fairway cutting through their land. Obviously, it was too hard to maintain a full 18-hole course by myself, so I usually maintained two holes at a time that went back and forth. Most of the holes on this course are very accurate, but obviously dramatized in some areas, such as the addition of pop bunkers, etc. The front nine plays a lot different to the back nine, given they were built in different areas around the town. Overall, Flatrock Golf Course translates to a unique video game golf experience. Enjoy. So that is just a little post there from Artic Fury and the course. So it's a par 72, 18 holes, yards just short of 7,000 at 6,901. Firm, and medium fast. Those greens shouldn't be too difficult. I prefer the faster greens myself. Played TGC2 earlier on, and the greens were a little slower, so it took a bit of while to get used to that. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get stuck in. So we've got two tee sets, so we're going to go obviously with the slightly longer one, and we'll go with pin set one. But yeah, I suppose since I've been speaking to you last, I have published Wentworth, which was my latest design project. That's gone live over the last few days, and the feedback I've received is absolutely amazing. Never really expected it. I knew that what I had done was pretty good and felt like it was accurate to Wentworth itself. But just to get the messages coming back and the comments and everything, just absolutely fantastic. So much appreciated, guys. Absolutely. Oh, just dropped something there. Absolutely, massively appreciate all those comments, and wow, look at that. Scenery is absolutely fantastic. You can see that for sure. Lovely little house down the left. The pop bunkers look fantastic, actually. Those are very well done. Fairway's a little tight. That's going to be a little bit difficult to maneuver, but at the end of the day, it is a short par four. If you are hitting driver, you're essentially looking at driving the green. That looks more like a tight area, I suppose, more so than an actual just tight fairway itself. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, I suppose, play this as the course is laid out. It kind of wants us to play it, which is to chicken out, take out a 4-iron, and just place it in the middle of the fairway. Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Position A, so now we should have about 100 yards, I think. Yeah, 100 yards on the money. Don't really need to do too much to this. The wind will do a little bit to it, but... Oh, did that pick up a bit as I hit it? Might have crept up to 6, but I reckon it's a pretty decent shot. Yeah, good opportunity for birdie. Again, I'm just going to pop up from here. There's just a nice little view down there. You can see a couple of fairways running down. That's one thing I love about, I suppose, golf courses that are planned perfectly. Just kind of give you that you know, from one green you can see down into other aspects of the course. Now, obviously not all courses play that way, but I like being able to see fairways running along in the distance or greens in the distance. It just kind of gives you that very unified feel, if that makes sense. But yeah, so far so good. Definitely loving this course. I've only played one hole. I've birdied it, so of course I'm gonna love it. But yeah, it looks good. I mean, he did the Vienna course as well recently enough, which was absolutely fantastic as well. Um, so yeah, the tight fairway again. I'm assuming that kind of comes down to, you know, just trying to force people out of trying to have a pop at that green and one. Um, so I think that's more strategic than just naturally tight, because as we can see here on the second hole, which is the par 5, 542 yards, is that they're not as tight as that. Okay, so whoever we're playing with must be playing off forward tees, because there's no way in hell I'm getting near that. So my do is, just because we have a bit of downwind there, just loft it up a bit and let it ride the wind. Perfect, 320 yards down the middle. You really can't complain about a shot like that. Now, what is that? Is that like an iceberg or something? Huh. I don't... What? I'm gonna have to ask him about that, but that... I'm assuming that's some form of like iceberg type thing, possibly. I'll tell you one thing, you really would want to have your wits about you playing this course in real life, that's for sure. You wouldn't want to be hitting anything too hard down that left hand side, because it's trouble all the way. So I'm thinking what we can do is, if the fairway's going to slope off it anyway, might hit a 2-iron and just draw it in off the right hand side. Oh, didn't draw it enough. In fact, that actually stayed out there. Wow. Didn't execute it at all. So now we've left ourselves with not a fun shot by any means. I think the only thing we can really do here to try and keep this on the green is to actually just go ahead and flop it, because I don't think I don't think we're going to be able to keep it on the green if we play any other type of shot. So what I might do is just completely loft it up to the max. Maybe just drop it a bit. Sit, sit. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, I think that was the only shot that was on there. Otherwise, we would have been hitting that red slope and cascading off down the green into God knows what trouble is down there. So 2 under through 2, going along very, very nicely at the moment. And man, we're not going to get away from this water anytime soon by the looks of it. But that looks absolutely stunning. Just the rock detail, the cliff face, the little sheep down in the garden. Yeah, no, that looks absolutely fantastic. Tiny little target to hit at. Boats there, I'm assuming, for the local fishermen. Pathway along the mountain top there. Yeah, that just... And again, that very, very nice, very, very subtle pop bunker style. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So we're just going to take this out the right hand side of the green, let it hang a little bit. Just giving it a smidge of extra loft. And I reckon we could be on the number. Sit. Just a little bit too firm with it, but Decent shot, another opportunity to go for 3 birdies on the trot, but we have a little bit more break in these putts. Okay. Oh, just not the right line. Blew it about 4 or 5 feet past, maybe 6 feet at this stage if it doesn't stop rolling. Wow, went to 8 feet. Okay. 8 feet back up the hill, a bit easier. Yeah, slides it in. But it does, like, I mean, he was talking there about the course being built through the neighborhood. It does give you that feel that, there's, you're just running it past someone's back garden. And again, we're going to have it here, a couple of houses there on the right-hand side. What are all these poles here on the left? Is that out of bounds? No. Maybe he just got a fence in place. Huh. Not sure what's going on with that. I'm assuming it's supposed to be some form of a fence. I'm assuming, but I'm not entirely sure on it. But we're going to take a chance on this anyway and see if we can tread it up the left-hand side of that bunker. Looks absolutely perfect. .284 up the middle, can't complain with that. One thing, I suppose myself, but this is only me personally, I don't like just having heavy rough. To me, it just, like on a course that can be as tight as this, it can be a little bit unfair to most players. I think that, like, sometimes if you barely miss a fairway, I don't think you should be punished as much as that. So we've got one. Ooh, we got a bit of a breeze there. We're just gonna go with the 8 iron and maybe de-loft it a little bit because we've got that slope to take into account as well, and just hope that the wind can hold it nicely. Yeah, I'll take that. Not a bad shot. Yeah, I prefer to have the, even if it's only like a yard, maybe a yard and a half of light rough there. Personally, I prefer as a player and as a designer. I think it gives that kind of clean cut experience. Now, obviously, with his backstory in mind and everything, you kind of take into account for it. You can understand absolutely why there's none here, and like, it's not. I mean, it's not a bad thing to have it. That's just a personal feeling on it that I have. Perfect. In she goes. But yeah, curious to know what your thoughts on it, because there are a couple of courses out there you see on being played in some societies, and they crop up the odd time as well with TGC tours as well. That you will have those ones that don't have any light rough, and it just runs straight from fairway to heavy rough, and I think sometimes the game can be tough. Like, I mean, not everyone can shoot 16, 17 under par on every course, even though I see it in some courses, and I think it deflates it a small bit for those who can't. So personally, I think from a playability perspective, a course without light rough isn't favorable for everyone, and like I said, me as a designer, I would always prefer to have it there. Okay, 309 up the middle. Okay, heading back towards the lighthouse. I really love that. That looks he really planned this out well. Absolutely fantastic. I can't, like, other than the rough situation, there's nothing that I can actually turn around and say is bad or disappointing. Oh, nothing bad I can say about this so far is that awful swing I just hit. Absolutely awful. Jeez, Definitely a good few feet past the hole there. So we've got 18 feet down. Oh my God, 5 inches down the hill. That's going to be a quick one. That's for sure. So let's see. It's going to all the brakes at the start of it. That's for sure. It's starting to straighten out as we get closer. So. Oh, I didn't even hit it. That was awful. Yeah, no, I've. The easiest explanation for that is I actually had I was playing a tournament there earlier on this morning, and I had similar distance down 5 inches, and it just did not stop. So I was just afraid of that happening again, which is natural enough. I'll take my par and I'll move on with that. In she goes. Okay, moving on to the sixth hole, par 5, 504 yards. Again, with the par 5 so far, have been fairly open for us to be able to attack into, which is one thing I absolutely love. There's nothing worse than being stuck with 4 or however many par 5s there are in their course, whether it's 2, 3, or 4, that are all like 600 yards long, and mad elevations and mad dog legs, and it just doesn't make it fun. Like that whole risk reward, having the opportunity to put the ball in the green and to make the eagle, separate yourself a little bit from the field. Like there's nothing greater than that in a par 5. I've seen it a couple of times in courses where you'll have a par 5 and you've hit 2 absolute belters of shots, and you're still left with a pitch and wedge or a 9-iron, and it's just like that's a bit much in my opinion. But I'd be interested to know what y'all think on it as well. But from a course perspective, I always think at least 1 or 2 should definitely be reachable, and give the player an opportunity for eagle. And I think not just reachable for tour clubs, but I think reachable for everyone. So fair enough, the tour club players could probably come along and knock it on with a driver and an iron, but just to have the option there for everyone, I think is quite important. I might have tugged that a bit left. Go on, kick down. Yeah, a bit too left on the line I took, but not to worry. Like I said, we've an opportunity now for eagle, and do you know what? If we don't actually take it, we have we definitely have a birdie, as long as we don't do too crazy with this putt. But it seems pretty straightforward. A little bit on the right, should do it. Oh, just about sneaks it in on the left edge for the eagle, but it's an eagle nonetheless. 500 through the first 6 holes. Definitely playing very nice. I like the greens. The greens kind of, they give you, I suppose they kind of take away from you in certain spots. There is the par 3, and I think there was another hole there, maybe the 5th, I think. Greens were a little difficult. But then on the other side, then you have some really nice flat areas as well, and that kind of allows you to get a bit more aggressive with it. So here we have absolutely fantastic looking drivable par 4. But here's the thing: do you really want to go for that? If you go long here, if you hold on, you're very, very lucky. So what we're going to do, look, we're here to test these out. We're here to see how it works. So what we're going to do is, I reckon 3 wood or 5 wood might actually be the club, and I'm just going to thread this one down there, as long as I don't hit those 3s. But I don't think 3 wood's the club. Okay, so we got the club right anyway. Ooh, this could be a very good shot. Go on! Get in! Get in! Go on! Ah! Oh, what a shot. I've come close on like 2 different occasions to having a hole-in-one on a par 4. And that one was tracking. That was going in if I had maybe an extra ounce or 2 on it. But look, not to worry. Tapping eagle is as good as any. Wow, what a shot. What a beautiful hole, though. Absolutely. That kind of could really put manners on you if you don't pay attention to that fall on the back. Okay, back into another par three. Ooh, there's a little bit of a slope down there to the right, kind of puts you onto the beach. Oh, I kind of see what he was doing now. Sorry, we were looking at the kind of a small kind of a slope or a kind of a cliff face earlier where he had the little poles on. So it all makes sense now. I get exactly where that's coming from. So what we want to do here, I think, is just hug the left-hand side. You don't want to flirt too much with the danger, so aim it into the neighbour's garden and run it from there. But I'm going to drop it down a bit. It's quite a bit downhill, and the wind is going to blow hard as well. So I reckon aim it through the bedroom window, and we'll go from there with it. Okay, that looks decent. It's definitely come back. Now is it going to come back enough? Yeah, we've played that very well. Very smart as well. The wind, thankfully the wind was there anyway to kind of give us a bit of a hand. And that kind of allowed us to even be a bit more safe with it. So what we're going to do is line this one up nice and handy, down 1 inch, so it shouldn't move too much. Oh, wow! Ooh! Broke a little more at the hole than I expected, but I think you can kind of see that there, that line closest to the hole seems to be just breaking a little bit faster, a bit harder than the ones before, which I didn't pick up on. But no, I'll take par. I mean, it's not a bad result, but I think the tee shot definitely deserves a bit more. So now that we've come down the hill, we're heading back up. So let's see what we can do. Okay, plenty of room out there, that's for sure. If you go up at left, that second shot's going to be a little bit difficult, and I'm just after spotting this here. That looks fantastic. Wow. I mean, I haven't even gotten to the second shot yet, and I'm already nervous about that second shot. And the tee shot too, because I know I have to hit the fairway now. And oh wow, outside the cone and right. Oh, what am I after doing? Oh no, into the heavy rough, and oh, we've got to. Do we go first? Do we not go first? I mean, yeah, fair enough. I could, try to be all, adventurous and whatever and pull off a good score. Or I could, play it safe, keep the scorecard as clean as possible. But you know what? We're here for the review. We're here to check out how certain aspects of this course works. We have slightly a favourable lie on our side for being in the heavy rough. So what I might do is if there's a fat part of that green, and there isn't. The fat part is beyond the flag. Oh, 126 yards to the flag. So, just gonna loft it up a bit more. Right, here we're gonna go. Wish me luck. Get up, get up, get up. Oh, do you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't care where that goes. I'll take that. Oh, that. I'll give myself an 8 out of 10 from there. Considering everything to get it over that waterfall, I'll actually give myself a pretty decent scoring out of that. We're back on the fairway as well, which is important, so it gives it an opportunity to try and pitch this one in close. And we kind of mucked that one up. Oh, wow. So after pulling off a fantastic shot to get us up in a position to save our par, we've now given an opportunity back to the course to take one away from us. So just got to be sure of this. 4 inches up the hill. Oh yeah, sneaks it in the left-hand side. Do you know what? That par is like a birdie here for sure, and possibly even an eagle. That's how good it feels to get away there, considering where we were off the tee. And we're just back to more of this again. Hole 10, 373 yards, and I'd safely say that has to be in the like 100 foot or more down. Absolutely phenomenal. Just, I mean, the thought and the effort, and someone's after stitching it in there nice and close as well. I'm assuming that's his tee shot. Yeah. So what are we? 142 feet down. I don't even know what to do. I'm just going to hit driver. I don't think anything else will actually get there, considering we're battling it back into the wind. So we're just going to aim it at the just over that chimney, left hand side of that house. We've hit a good one. Now let's just see what happens. Is it enough? It hasn't turned as much as I thought it would, and it just about creeps onto the fairway, short of the green, but for sure an opportunity here again to make birdie. Man, they're flying through 10 under. Great shooting. So let me see. Okay, it's not moving too much, so just gonna go ahead. Oh, very close, very, very close. Yeah, tap it in for birdie again. Can't really complain there. Another great looking hole. A lot of detail gone in as well, which is absolutely amazing. And one thing I'll say is that there's an awful lot of trees here. There's an awful lot of rocks there, but to be able to do the trees, the rocks, and then include all those grass and bushes and plants and everything else that goes along with it. I mean, that is an absolute killer on the plant meter in terms of how much you can actually put into that. So to see the course play as well as it does is just a testament to the designer themselves. That's absolutely fantastic. It's very easy to go ahead and throw that amount of trees or that amount of grass and rocks and everything into the course, and then the course actually just doesn't play well. But that's why you have to be so strategic about your placement, and not to, I suppose, oversaturate certain areas with different plants, different grass, just different objects. So we've got quite a climb to come up here. Wind is, I don't know if I'd even call that helping. It's just going to keep us from falling too far down the left. So what I'm going to do, I might just go with an 8-iron and take a bit off it. It's the number now. If it can sit, yeah, I'll take that. Hopefully they miss now. We can try and catch up with them, because they're gone too. Go away. How did he hold that? Oh man, super effort. And we take birdie as well. Absolutely deserved after that second shot. And a good putt to go along with it. Yeah, so we're going along nicely. I think we're 9 under at the moment. Playing pretty solid lately, which is decent. Lovely little horse. Just the attention to detail. I feel like every hole gives you something new to to just like be blown away by. I mean, even the holes like that previous hole, I suppose, would be the probably the tamest. Even this one here, pretty tame in comparison to some of the features he's put on the course so far. And yeah, just like it feels like every hole is going to tell its own individual blockbuster story. Like it's fantastic. And again, it just looks so natural. I think that's the thing about it. That's what makes courses like these stand out so much more, is that they just like they do look natural. They look like, you know, if I was to go to and I don't know where he's based this one, but yeah, I could imagine this actually existing somewhere. Ooh, we've got quite a bit of a slope there to negotiate with, so we're just going to throw that back in the stance and try and find maybe somewhere inside 10-15 feet. Get up! Get up! Oh, hold it! Nah. Falling back down, so outside chance for birdie, but a chance nonetheless. So quite a bit of break at the start, which again kind of flattens out as we kind of get over the crest of that hill. So we're just going to pop the flag in there, 26 feet. Looks good. Oh, yes. There we go. Yeah, the putter's been flowing really well today. I think I've played a couple of rounds already and I had one bad round so far with the putter, which was more down to my controller issues and not really being able to to control my anger at how frustrating it was. But we're back to normal anyway in terms of playing on form. Okay. Yeah, you don't want to go right off here anyway, or it's bye bye golf ball. And hello scuba diving gear. Okay, that should have enough to get over that patch of rough. It does. Perfect. So yeah, as I was saying earlier on, yeah, Wentworth is done and dusted now. It was a project that I'd kind of kept saying, you know, I'd have a go at it eventually, to try and bring a more, you know, Wentworth real life looking course to the actual game itself, as opposed to the ones that were already there. And I felt like I've achieved that, and obviously by the feedback that's come back, that a lot of the guys out there feel the same way. So I'm kind of just, I have a couple of open projects at the moment that I'm going to be looking at to closing off. Like there's Breezy Bend Country Club in Canada, which holds the, oh, what open is it? The Manitoba Open, or at least it did. But a friend of mine asked if I'd take a look at doing that. So we're in the middle of putting that one together. But again, just trying to get a little bit more information on the course itself, just to be able to make it as accurate as real life. Then outside of that, then we have Royal County Down. So I'll always tend to throw in an Irish course every so often. Now I know it's more the north than than the Republic of Ireland, but again, an absolutely fantastic course on the in the UK and Ireland, and it's been taking me a while to get it done, but it's one of those courses that has such an incredible amount of detail in it, and you really don't want to get it wrong. It's not a course where you can just throw it out there and, you know, just that is what it is kind of thing. It's about being very, very, very precise with it. So I've been taking my time with it, chipping away at it. I haven't really advanced past the first 2 holes into the back nine yet. I'm still not 100% happy with what I've done so far, and I suppose I've been kind of stuck in a rut with the course itself. So those are two that I have ongoing at the moment that I'm hoping to get wrapped up before the new game comes out. Again, there's no date as of yet for a full release for the console, but the more the summer goes on, the more it seems to be talk about September. So definitely have plenty of time to get a couple of courses in, and I've left that one short. Wow. So yeah, definitely have plenty of time there to get those two courses in, but I've also started on just one last project, just one that I know that I can get it done and nail it pretty quick. There's huge amount of information there to it. I've been to the course myself, haven't played it, but I walked it for a week solid, and that is the 2010 course at Celtic Manor in Wales. So I was there for the Ryder Cup back in 2010, and as an Irishman, it felt weird to be covered in as much rain and mud as possible when you're only used to getting that in Ireland. But yeah, it is a beautiful, beautiful golf course. I just think they got it wrong and by placing it in the middle of a valley in Wales, where it's just all the rain, everything just flows off the side of the valley down into the golf course, and just made it very, very tough for players to actually play on it and for the crowd to actually enjoy it that week. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Um, so those are three that I've lined up to finish. Other than that, I mean, it all just depends on how long those courses take. I know Royal County Down will more than likely just be finished just in time for the new game. Uh, Breezy Bend is a relatively flat course, so the sculpting of that um, shouldn't actually take too long. I'm not expecting it to, but that could all go wrong. And yeah, I'm putting Celtic Manor in there. I mean, I've had an awful lot of free time lately, so as long as that free time tends to continue, then there's no reason why I can't get um, those 2 or 3 projects completely sealed off and put some new courses in the game. And then once the new game comes out, just work on bringing all those courses over first and foremost, and then get to work on some of the others that I have on the list. Okay. Oh, very close there to tapping it or to chipping that one in for the eagle, but we get the birdie nonetheless. So starting to kind of hit that home stretch now, 16, 17, 18 coming up. Again, the course, like I'm sure you'll agree with it, just how phenomenal this course actually is. And there's the picture we saw. I was wondering when we were going to see that again. There's the picture that you'll see when you click into the course at the very start. Um, Greens are small, yeah, that's fair enough. But again, they're not unfair. The speeds are very friendly. Um, the sloping is very friendly. It's very rare that you'll come across an incredibly tough putt, unless you hit a poor enough shot. So we're just going to try and, yeah, those tee boxes, the tees are a little close to the edge, and that's the first one I've actually felt that it wasn't entirely flat, that I've noticed at least anyway. Didn't stop us hitting a pretty decent shot in there though. I think maybe if those tee pegs were just placed back another foot in a couple of those tee boxes, would have just made a world of difference. Ooh, bit heavy-handed there. Didn't think to check the far side of the hole, and that's definitely cost us. Now we're left with a much tougher shot, our putt coming back. Again, it's up the hill, but again, we've got to be careful now because now we know there's quite a handy slope there. So, oh, we're making an absolute balls of this one. That's the only way I can explain it. It's not going well. Oh, what? Yeah, that's just carelessness. Taking a double bogey on a par 3. Yikes. And again, it's only 142 yards, but that's on me. That's poor putting on my side. Didn't take the time to check out the what was beyond the flag, and in the end it cost me. So we've got a 3. Now that is interesting, because I've seen quite a few double dog legs on several courses throughout. But I like this one because this one is basically, you know, you don't really know it's there. And then I suppose if you hit your tee shot up here, so I'm actually going to do it for the crack. We're going to go up here. Is that if you don't actually take the time to look at the fly throughs, flyovers I should say, or throw on the scout camera, what you end up doing is you could end up costing yourself, like that's probably cost me about 100 yards there, but we're just going to test this out for the crack just to see how this works. But yeah, it looks. Oh no, we're going into one of these pop bunkers. We are. Oh no. What have we done? Okay. Oh, I see how he's done these now. I was actually curious about that, but now that I'm in here, I can see that it's essentially just steps, but it's done very, very well. Just gonna pitch that one out. Spin back. Come on. No, no bite. But a par nonetheless. Nice up and down. But again, another beautiful hole. Moving on to the last. So it's a par 5. It is 567 yards long. Looks like a split fairway, unless it has a humongous dog leg, which it probably does. Just looking here. Yeah, so it wraps around. You can essentially call it a split fairway because I can't imagine there's any reason why you'd want to go up here. No reason why you'd ever want to go up there. And even if you got up there off the forward tees, you're going to be blocked out a little bit. You're going to have to navigate those trees a little bit up there. Bunkers short of the green, bunker long. You're not really doing yourself any favors by going hard up the left hand side, so or up the right hand side, I should say. So it looks like your man down here has got the right idea. You want to hang it on the left hand side as much as you can. Now that wind is going to kick us back towards the middle, and I'm hoping that that bit of slope is going to kick us back down, which it has. Perfect. It didn't. Oh, I thought it would kick it down, but it didn't. But it's definitely the better angle for sure. Okay. Just going to go ahead on this one. See if we can kill it into the front. Hit and stop. Probably could have went with a 2-iron there. Then again, a 2-iron might have landed me a bit shorter, and instead of hitting into the hill, it would have hit the downslope a couple of feet beforehand. Man, that guy's on fire. Is that another eagle? Oh man, the amount of eagles in this round between the two of us has been absolutely fantastic. So we're going to try and seal this one off nicely. Bit of a slope there to negotiate with, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. Bit short, but not to worry. And in she goes for the birdie. Guys, absolutely fantastic course. I mean, I really can't recommend this one enough. Um, wasn't entirely sure when I first saw the name of it, and then I went in and saw who it was done by, and I was like, right, okay, this is definitely going to be an interesting one for sure. And like, wow, I mean, absolutely amazing golf course, incredibly well laid out and thought out. The just the attention to detail alone, absolutely fantastic. Every hole, like I said, is an adventure. Even the slightly tamer looking holes, that don't look like they have much to them, they still kind of tell their own story. They still offer their own challenges, which is just absolutely fantastic. And do you know what? Not an awful lot of designers really, really bring that across in their courses. You'll always find that there's that kind of 2, 3 holes on a golf course that kind of go, well, that's kind of boring. Doesn't really happen here at all. So that's an absolutely fantastic course. Really enjoyed playing it, even with my double bogey on that par three. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Downsides to it, there isn't really. I'm if I'm nitpicking, I don't like the fact that there's no light rough. That's just, as I said earlier in the video, that's just my own feelings on it. And maybe those tee pegs could be maybe just a foot, 2 feet further back to give that tee more level. But no, absolutely fantastic course. 5 stars, definitely a favourite, and I'll be accepting that one onto TGC Tours right away. Guys, thank you for joining me in the video today. Like the video, please hit subscribe. Please share it with all your golfing buddies, and if you do check out the course, please feel free to add in my ghost. Offer yourself a challenge. Back tees pin set 1, and have a great day.